All right, so it's been a few performances now that we've seen the Pussycat Dolls as a trio, Nicole, Ashley, and Kim. The AMAs, the Pride performances, all great, but yet a lot of us still feel like it was incomplete. It was missing something, and that would be the other girls. It's a shame because it was great watching them on the AMAs. The whole time, though, I'm imagining like what it would be like had it been with Jessica, Carmit, and Melody, if not all six, five, whichever it may be to take place. A lot of people are still unhappy with Jessica. He's still, even after her interviews of clearing things up, people just tend to read things in the comments and like run with it everywhere else rather than fact checking. Notice a lot too in the comment section of these posts is that there's Nicole fans and then there's Pussycat Doll fans. Nicole fans are happy with what it is, but Pussycat Doll fans are unhappy with them as a trio, especially at the Pride event. It just looked like Nicole's show. That's my biggest complaint here with the AMAs and the Pride event. It was basically Nicole. It's always been Nicole, but yet back in the day, 20 years ago, it seemed like there was a little bit more of a shift in who sings and who's helping and who's supporting in harmony and who's taking the ad libs. And then the other three, which would be Jessica, Ashley, and Kim, they would do the ahas and those little things. And then the more so dance wise though, they still do those, but then Nicole's just doing leads completely. So it doesn't look like a group anymore, like at all. There's people in the comment section saying like, oh, I love them as a trio, like it never vibes so well, blah. Like you're delusional. You're mentally unwell if you really think that's the case. I also noticed that it feels different. The performance, the staging, it's missing the Pussycat Doll feel. You know, I think that has a lot to do with the fact that Nicole has taken control on everything Pussycat Dolls, at least when it comes to the music. I'm starting to kind of see the difference when, you know, compared to when Robin was in control, creative control, and had choreographers in charge and probably was more involved in the set design and the costumes and stuff. And you have to also keep in mind, Robin started this and had a vision for a music group with the help of other people having interests, trying to make them become a pop group. There was the burlesque feel that was always included. And then also another thing I didn't really quite understand is in the Pride event, when it came to the solo acts, like Nicole sang her solo songs, Ashley did dancing to like Britney Spears and stuff, and it was that's where it got confusing because Ashley actually has a solo album out there, and then Kim, she did more so DJing, and I think that's what she's doing these days is DJing. So understandably so, never really heard music from her or anything else. So, you know, it seemed more like a talent show at that point, and that's what's really upsetting is that, especially for Ashley, like you had this chance, this opportunity to display your music, especially the song Played, I think it was, that was on the Doll Domination album. The placement of the choreography and stuff was quite messy. Fans I saw appreciated that Kim and Ashley were up front in some moments, but then it was like while Nicole was singing lead and then Nicole would step back, Ashley and Kim, their movements would be really big, but then you have Nicole in the back singing live, I imagine, which is probably why she's not going so big with the movements, not like she used to anyways 20 years ago. Imagine she's, you know, supporting her vocal being live, so there's less movement in her movement. But it just looks, you got these two here, one in the center, one to the left, doing big movements, and then you got Nicole in the back singing, doing the movements, but just like, it's like 50%, 30% I thought. It's another thing. It's fine when Nicole's in the middle and her energy is still at that level because you have Kim and Ash building the frame, the support that's balancing out the frame of what's in center. So it's fine like that. I didn't really like the choreography either. You could tell someone new is involved. And then it didn't make much sense to have dancers either. Like it did, but then it's like, wouldn't it be cheaper to get the actual dolls? Or probably the same. And the outfits were absolutely gross. To be honest, I didn't really care for them. They don't wow me like they used to. You could always look forward to seeing them look really like spot on. I don't know what the fuck this like the sweatsuit look type of thing was going on, but you know, it was all right, but like it could have been way better. You know, what this really looks like is that it was Nicole's show. Like that's what I've been seeing a lot of people say in the comments too, is that it's like Nicole's show, and then you have Kim and Ashley that just kind of settled, that just accepted whatever was thrown at them, which is upsetting too, because for me, it's like you guys could have gotten way more out of this had you stuck with the other girls, had you said, no, this isn't happening, because Nicole can't move forward without the group. Nicole can do her solo stuff, but there's a reason why Nicole always resorts back to the group, and that's because it gives her money. Why do you think she went out of her way to sue Robin for, 75% of creative control? She can fight that because she placed herself in a situation where she fucked Jimmy Iovine to be up front and center in the Pussycat Doll group. Why do you think she was getting that special treatment? The tour bus, her own room, her own, getting the specialties because she was doing, she was fucking Jimmy. So her solo album flopped. She resorted back to the Pussycat Dolls for doll domination. They just repackaged it and threw the doll's name on it. It's sold. They don't care for Nicole, even though the other girls don't really sing. It's wild what that does. It's really fucked. Seems like Jessica, Carmit, and Melody were the ones to speak up and say they wanted more. So when you do that, you're kind of seen as complicated. You're seen as challenging. So they want to get rid of you. They just want to keep the people on board that are yes people. You're yes man, where it's like, oh, do this, do that. Yes, of course, I will. I'm just happy to be here. There was a moment, especially on stage, where Ashley was talking and Nicole cuts her right off.
Yes, it does. It feels so amazing. I mean, that's right. Out loud, how you feeling out there?
And it's kind of like, Kim and Ashley vibe. They have that chemistry between each other, but then Nicole's just there, kind of just plants herself in conversation every now and then. It just doesn't mesh well, and fans pretend and trying to make it out to be that they do so. It's just delusional. People are getting fucked over, and you're okay with it as long as your favorite shines. But it's like clearly she resorts back to the girl group for a reason, because she gets money out of it. It's the only thing that's really making her money. So I think that Robin should take this back to court and prove a point that Nicole's music doesn't sell. Yes, Nicole adds something to the group, but all these other girls do. The 5 other girls that are part of the group, they clearly offer something to the group, to Nicole, to help her music sell, because without those other 5 girls, her music's not selling. And you can also use this as an example with the tour, how it got canceled, the North American leg of the tour. Ticket prices being so high is for one, but if you're not having all members of the group involved, that would, I'm not gonna go see 3 people, fuck bro, especially Nicole and then 2 backup singers. No, I want the whole group. Robin's guidance and creative direction is a big part of it. I feel after seeing these 2 performances, it could possibly tarnish the Pussycat Doll group, the brand that they worked so hard to make, to bring it to where it is today, by Nicole having control of it now, creative control, and kind of bringing it to this point of where it's all about Nicole, but now it's getting flushed down, just like her solo career. Like, she's tarnishing and ruining the fucking brand, bro. Like, if I was Robin, I would take her ass back to court, use this as fucking proof, as evidence that is not working. Now that she's in control, doing the same as it did to her solo career, it's not working. Before I sign off, I also heard that Nicole allegedly had like a little shit fit, a temper tantrum after the cancellation of the tour. She had like an ego trip of some sort. Insiders said that behind scenes, she was really pissed off with the cancellation of the tour because she thought that because she won a Tony, that it would be all about her. So she was disappointed to find out the reality of it. And that could also be a part of Robin's fight in a lawsuit. I'm curious as to how you all feel about this. I know a lot of you are feeling the same way as I do. I know a lot of you are Nicole fans and are happy with the way things are. Comment below, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.